Pues tenemos dos artistas que nos visitan por primera vez en este primer concierto de temporada del año 2023 y que es el octavo de nuestra temporada de abono y que hemos titulado Belleza en Tempus, Belli porque son dos piezas de dos compositores distintos, con estilos totalmente diferentes, pero que compusieron su música en plena Segunda Guerra Mundial, en torno a 1940, y además un acercamiento con tipos de belleza diferentes el uno del otro, y de eso vamos a hablar no con Tarmo Peltokoski, que estará en la dirección, que ahora no nos acompaña, pero sí con Sergey Khachatryan, el excelente violinista armenio que nos visita, como he dicho, por primera vez y que tenemos el gusto de tener con nosotros. Maestro, un gran placer que estés por primera vez con la orquesta. Él habla un poquito de español, pero vamos a hacer, yo le haré las preguntas en castellano y él las contestará en inglés y será más sencillo. El concierto de Khachaturian, que está escrito en pleno conflicto bélico y que reúne quizá esas características típicas de la música de Khachaturian en cuanto a ritmos orientales, a armonías que pertenecen a ese mundo, sobre todo de Armenia, vinculación con el folclore, y que fue estrenado por II.Scherzo, uno de los grandes referentes del violinismo, ¿no?, en el siglo XX. Sí. También como armenio, ¿no?, como compatriota de Khachaturian, ¿cuál ha sido tu acercamiento a la pieza? ¿Desde muy pequeño quizá, o ha sido posterior, la referencia de II.Scherzo, en fin?
Well, my first approach to the concerto was, you know, the most interesting thing about me playing this concerto is that it feels like very natural, because this is the only big violin concerto that I can say I don't have to think about stylistic, you know, because it is coming from my roots. Khachaturian, as we know very well, not only in the violin concerto, but was using a lot from the Armenian folklore, a lot from the melodies, all the little fragments, all the little mordants, and you know, all the vorschlags and everything. This is like very typical Armenian. So every time that whenever I play this concerto, you know, it's the closest piece of music that gets to my soul. So I feel like one, you know, whenever I'm playing it. And there is an interesting actually fact about that. Khachaturian wrote the second movement, fragments from the second movement, especially like the tema, for film music. There was a movie called Zangezur, and it was written in the movie was from 1938. So actually the concerto was first written. He used like the fragments of the second movement, so he wrote the second movement, and like then he wrote in 1940 the whole concerto. Yeah. So he first and the movie is obviously, you know, because I can say very unfortunately Armenia was as well in the Soviet Union. The movie was about, you know, it was kind of a propaganda movie about, you know, like the red and the white army and the fight between that. But I think not only Khachaturian, but I guess that every Armenian has in his genetical code, you know, the tragedy that we bear, you know, through the history, especially the genocide that happened in the First World War. And I think this music, at least me personally, I cannot ask Khachaturian unfortunately, but me personally, especially the second movement, is like very much the tragical scene, you know, what happened to the Armenians in the First World War and the genocide that was by the Ottoman Empire, by the Ottoman Turks at that time. And I think this is when I would say like a human tragedy that is always involved, and whenever you write something for the movie, which was a different type of a tragedy, that was I think we have always in our minds, you know, like the tragical history that we had, not only with the genocide, but as we know, Armenians were very much, you know, struggling through a lot of centuries.
Desde luego que cuando se escucha la grabación que el propio Sergey Khachatryan tiene de este concierto, se ve esto que él dice de que hace falta tener ese contacto con el folclore, con la música tradicional armenia que está dentro de sus raíces, ¿no? Dentro de su interior. Y lo hará con este maravilloso Stradivarius que es el que él interpreta, el que él toca y que está aquí junto a nosotros. Y el acercamiento en este primer ensayo que has tenido con la orquesta por parte de tanto el maestro Tarmo Peltokoski como la orquesta, claro, quizás tú has podido enseñar o mostrar las vías por las que es mejor interpretar esta pieza, ¿no? Con tu conocimiento y con tu raíz armenia.
Yeah, I mean, it's always, I didn't have to tell a lot of things, I mean, because I just believe, you know, that we are very much learning with our ear. So, and I had a lot of experience, you know, that whenever you play, you know, if musicians are good and, you know, if they are able to listen, you know, they are catching, you know, all the accents, you know, which are typical Armenian. With Tarmo, yeah, this is the first time that I met him, and I'm actually very, very happy. It was also, he told me that it's his debut for the Khachaturian violin concerto, and I have to say that it was, I mean, we had today just the first rehearsal, and he was very, very well leading the orchestra, and also very, very, because I played the concerto quite free. Yeah, it's not like, as I said before, you know, we have to get out from this a bit of a like Sovietic taste of the music, and he was like very, very well for the first time. I mean, he had a wonderful ear, and he was following and trying to push the orchestra. Excellent. And the rest is like, you know, I think it comes with time, you know, to whenever the orchestra hears me, and also like the conductor is listening to my playing, to get the language of the music, or the language at least of my interpretation of the music. And then I think it now it will like settle down, people will sleep over it. And tomorrow I hope it will be better. This year is his anniversary, because it's 120 years of his birth year, so that's why I'm even more happy that we can do that here in Bilbao, and looking forward.
Very good. Pues ya veis que no vamos a tener una oportunidad, creo que mejor, de escuchar este maravilloso concierto que en las manos de Sergey Khachatryan, y por supuesto esa quinta sinfonía de Vaughan Williams que nos propone Tarmo Peltokoski, llena de belleza, una de esas obras que se incorporan después de la escucha, para la gente que no las conozca, que se incorporan al acervo y a la biblioteca melómana de todo oyente con sensibilidad. Así que, ya lo sabéis, Belleza en Tempus Belli, con Tarmo Peltokoski, con Sergey Khachatryan, el concierto de Khachaturian y la quinta sinfonía de Vaughan Williams.